All right. Folks. Let's see here, folks. Let me go ahead and share this out. Jack! My good friend Jack! Connor, how are you doing, pal? Luke Voigt is his dad! This is nice! This is nice! Hola! Everything is good. Everything is good, folks. Coop doesn't even say hi. He just starts laughing. I'm a funny guy. I make people laugh. That's what I do. What's up, folks? How's everybody doing? Chippy the Day. What's up, Chip? What's up, folks? How you all doing? Bonjour from Canada. Hello from the United States. You stop it. Oh, folks, I tell you. Oh, man. What a life. What a life. Sal, my friend. Welcome, pal. Oh, that's hot. All right. That is hot. That is hot. Afternoon from Alaska. I like it. Guys, I got a question for you real quickly. I want to ask. Can you guys hear me better? I got a little microphone attached to me, and I'm wondering if maybe I don't have to talk as loud. I can kind of bring it down a bit of a notch, because, you know, I'm an animated guy. I'm Italian. We like to talk real loud. Anybody hears me good? Is the mic's picking up well? Good. Look, I can talk better. I can talk nice like this now. Well, welcome to the chat, everybody. The Yankees are making big news out here today. A lot of big news. Really not doing much, but as of now, they're, you know, they kind of got their guys set. Is this good? I like this, right? Isn't this good? You sound extra sexy. Well, you got to wait until Simonetti after dark. Yes! All right, folks, I did not share this out yet. Let me go ahead and share this first. Give me 1 second. Okay. Yes, being Italian, it is always stuck at 10. Good, I'm happy the mic sounds great. Coop said don't scream. I'm not going to scream much. I'll try not to. Don't ask me no psychopathic questions that I go crazy about. Let's see. All right, guys, let's go ahead and let's just get started. If you guys want to start sending questions my way about the Hall of Fame, about the general, please go ahead and we will start talking. Jose, Pete, I'm driving home from work. I'm looking at Yankee Stadium. Jose, I was on 170th and Jessup. I was right around the corner for a couple of years there. Right, not far at all from the stadium. I'm sure you know if you're near the stadium. If you rant, take the mic off. We'll see who can actually live with the mic being on as I rant. The Moose should have been in the Hall of Fame sooner, in my opinion. Well, Coop, I agree. But hey, guess what? I am excited that he is already, that he's in the Hall of Fame, that he made it. He deserves it. He is well deserving. He deserves to be in it. Jose's at 167. Okay. Right down the block. Not far away. Do you think Jeter is going to be unanimous Hall of Famer? I will say no. I'm going to say no. Then again, yeah, he probably would be, but I don't know. I don't really have a debate on that one.
Mira, me voy.
Go ahead, go.
Ah, ¿entendiste?
Yeah, of course.
Muy bien, muy bien.
After all these years, you don't know I speak Spanish? Pedro Torres.
What?
That's my real name, Pedro Torres. You remember when you first met me? You remember that?
Me voy, Pedro.
She's leaving, folks. Greatest part. She's leaving. Yeah. Go ahead, enjoy yourself. See if you find a sausage like this, all right?
Oh my God. Asqueroso, sucio.
All right, folks. All right, let's get back to baseball, shall we? All right, what do we have next? What do we have? This guy said chill. Sucio. All right, folks. Megan and Zoe, please calm down. Don't interrupt me. Thank you. Any general baseball news? I'll be honest with you guys. It's going very slow. Baseball right now is going extremely slow. There's not much going on. Let me get to Jack's question. Like an Italian voice on steroids, up at 1 a.m. from Sicily. Oh, man, that's right. I forgot you there. Also, what is going on with Machado? Also, song is fire. Thank you so much to everybody about the song. I just want to get it out there real quick. I have over a couple of, I think well over 2,000 plays or something like that, streams. It's only been a couple of days. Monthly listeners are up by like 1,000 plus than it was before. So it's getting a lot of traction now, and I greatly appreciate that. When it comes to moves to be made at Manny Machado, look, anybody's guess is as good as mine. I think right now, I think what's going on right now with Machado is, the Yankees are just sitting back. The Yankees are just sitting back right now. I mean, the Yankees are sitting back right now. They have the opportunity to sit back and wait. They don't have to jump. They don't have to do anything they don't want to do. They don't have to do anything they don't want to do. They can really sit back. They can wait. If you're asking about the Yankees case on what's going on there, that's really it right now. They're sitting back and they're gonna wait to make a few moves. They could pounce if they want to, or they don't have to. It's insane, and we are seeing more and more of this in Major League Baseball, where top talents are not signing. You know, top talents are being left out, and they're not getting deals signed. So it's relatively crazy. Manny is too quiet, so are the Yankees. Think about it. I agree. I think it's very possible that the Yankees will have a chance to go out there and get somebody probably none of us expected them to get, to be quite honest. Whether that's Machado, maybe it's a Keuchel. Me and Tyler, Sports Talker, was talking about this yesterday, I believe it was. That it makes a lot of sense. If the Yankees could ever get Keuchel on a short-term deal in a really good ballpark amount, you got to pounce on that. You have to. And if they're able to do that, that makes all the sense in the world to make a deal like that. I hear a lot about Frazier stealing time from Brett Gardner. If Clint Frazier's healthy, he has all the chance in the world. He has all the time in the world. Jack, the album will likely drop in, I'm looking at right now, end of March. It is going to drop on a Sunday because, you know, obviously Sunday dinner. So I think maybe April 7th or maybe March 31st. I will decide on that here in the next probably 2 weeks. I got a photo shoot coming up where I got to get the website set up and all that, so that's all going to be fun to do. I don't see the Yankees on Jock Peterson. I don't think that makes sense. What's up, Pete? You always go live when I'm hitting the weights at the gym. That is the best time to watch me. when you're working out your hardest and you're hearing me talk trash. Oh, man. What about Chris Bryant coming over to play third? That's unrealistic. That will not happen. I can tell you that right now. Do you think the Yankees are interested in Adam Warren? I think if the Yankees get Warren back on a deal they'll like, I think they can do it. Any new music video coming? Yes, at the party. The music video is still being worked on. We're going to have to shoot at least one more shot, and then it's going to come out. Do you really think Manny signs with a bad team just for the money? I think it's possible. What's your take? I talked about this on MLB Marathon. If you guys listen to that podcast, and I'll go ahead and I'll talk about it again. The thing with Manny Machado is I look at Manny Machado and I look at the whole free agency thing and where he's at right now. And I keep saying to myself, something in my mind keeps telling me, he's going to be a Yankee. And I don't know what that is, but I just feel like it is all setting itself up to be this move. It's a gut feeling of mine. Yes, Coop, it's a gut feeling. Because if you think about it, you sit back and you say, let's take a look at what's going on right now. Let's see what's happening with Manny Machado. You know the teams that are interested. The White Sox haven't signed him. Why? Why? If it's all about the money, and the White Sox are potentially have a decent deal out there, maybe they really have the 175. Maybe nobody's offering more than that. At some point, you got to fess up to what reality is and go, hey, at this point, I'm going to go ahead and play with the team I want to play with. And he may go to the Yankees and say, look, I know we were supposed to talk a deal. We weren't ready to do that. You guys were. What can we work out? My client wants to be here. All I'm saying is, folks, all I'm saying, it's odd. And yes, Tyler, I also said that on the MLB Marathon podcast. I do believe Buster Only's post was accurate. I do think the offer was 175. I believe that. I think Dan Lozano's response tells you all you need to know, that was the case. For an example, if the White Sox did offer 225, 235, what the hell would the point be to go ahead and put anybody on blast when you know your client's going to get paid? When you already know you got a $240 million offer out there. I think the truth is he doesn't have an offer that great out there right now. He's probably sitting at that 175. If they get Machado and they do trade Andujar, what do they get back? They got to get a very good starting pitcher. Or a lot of people got mad at me when I said this. A lot of people got upset when I say this. A lot of people flipped out when I said this. Or they get a couple of top prospects. Pitching, guys that you feel can't miss. Mackenzie Gore. That's maybe not possible. But if you're going to get you want a top level talent if you're going to trade for a prospect. That's the move you're going to want to make if you're dealing an Andujar. You're going to want a top level talent and get that back. If that's the case, unless you hold on to him and make a deal that you know for a fact you could trade this guy, get anything for him. Jack, my friend, again, what is a realistic deal for Keuchel? I think the Yanks do a deal like the one they did for Britton, and will try to do the same with Machado. I think that's possible too. And when it comes to Keuchel, if you look at Dallas Keuchel, I'm trying to give a good comparison of a recent contract that may have been signed. I could see him, I think somebody's going to give him money because you got the Braves that can definitely throw some money around. They just signed a new cable deal recently. SunTrust Park is doing very well for them. So the Braves have some money they can spend if they want to. Then you have your other teams. You got the Texas Rangers who could throw a lot at them. You got multiple teams that can definitely throw a lot at some of these guys. So there's no doubt about it. I think he's going to get paid. But I think if the Yankees can get him on a 3-year deal, they should definitely jump on it. No question. You worried about Boston lingering for Keuchel? Not at all. Not at all. Yankees giving up on Montgomery? No, Montgomery just need a heal. Montgomery's going to be out for a while. Dallas playing for the Rangers. Sounds nice. Jose Barrios would be terrific. Absolutely terrific for the Yankees. Gumby won't be back till 2020. That's very possible. That's very possible. Did I see the picture of CeCe with a first base glove? Guys, CeCe has no knee. CeCe has no knee. Okay? No knee. He has no knee whatsoever. He can't field a bunt. And you guys want him to play first base? You guys need me to scream here? Do I need to get loud? right? Don't make me snap here, okay? Don't make me snap, folks. Don't make me go on a rant here. Is the audio messing up? Audio messing up, folks. Testing, testing, testing. 1, 2, 3. Testing, testing. 1, 2, 3. Testing, testing. Simonetti, testing. Simonetti, testing. 1, 2, 3. Simonetti, testing. 1, 2, 3. Simonetti, testing. 1, 2, 3. Lagging a lot. All right, let's see. Hold on, folks. Is it good? Everybody's good? Audio choppy. Here's what I'm going to do. Better? Everybody's good? No, I'm not going to do a whole CC rant. But guys, CC can't play no first base. Please don't ever say that again. Nobody say that. Nobody ever say that again. CC Sabathia is not playing first base. The guy can't field friggin' he can't field the pitching mound. I love CC. The guy can't field the bunt. He fell over. He goes to pick a ball up. He falls over. I mean, come on. Come on, folks. Just remember that Jordan Montgomery didn't have Tommy John surgery immediately after being diagnosed. That is very true. He won't be back until August at the earliest, but why would they push him back if they don't need to? That is 100% spot on. CC, come on, guys, really. I told you guys, CC's not making it through half the season. I don't believe it. That's why I think the Yankees need a starting pitcher. I don't see CC making it far at all this year. With the weight loss, with the knee, I don't see Sabathia making it at all. I don't see CC having a good year. Tell me I'm wrong when it happens. I'll be happy to admit I'm wrong. I do not see Sabathia having a good year whatsoever. The last time he did the whole weight loss thing, he was throwing 86 miles an hour and had no control. Pete, Felix seems very confident we land Manny. Do you agree with him? It makes a lot of sense. Like I said, the more you break it down and the more you kind of go about it in the way of nobody signed him yet, the Yankees are still there. We'll see. It makes all the sense in the world to me. I mean, Yankees can come out of nowhere and make this deal. The thing that cracks me up more than anything are the Yankee fans that just say it's not going to happen. Why? Why? I got to ask you. Why? Why is that impossible to happen? Why is it so crazy that it's not going to happen? Julio, my friend, says Abreu, King, and 2019 pick for Mad Bum Machado, 6 years, $180 million. My goodness, I would sign that deal in a heartbeat. Abreu and King for Madison Bumgarner, I will likely do that deal myself. The whole Machado thing, man, that I really don't understand is why fans really believe that there's anybody in the Yankees infield that is blocking Manny Machado. And then this is the new thing that people say to me. This is the new thing they say to me. Oh, here's him with his obsession again. What obsession? I'm talking about the friggin' news. I'm putting out there what is pretty obvious to me. It's a friggin' gut feeling. It's not an obsession. I don't care if the guy doesn't play for the Yankees. It just makes sense. The Yankees do this a lot. They'll sit back. None of the offers are where, Lozano wants it to be. Contacts the Yankees, and it's done. Joseph, how is Manny Machado overrated? I'd like to know that. Am I worried about first base heading into 2019? In a sense, I am. What if John Wetland met 16-year-old Oh, my God. He got another Ryan in here. Oh, my God. Give me a second. Wow. Wow. Okay. What's good with the food debate with the wife? After that R. Kelly comment, my goodness. My goodness. What's up with the food debate? There was no debate. Italian food's better. Simple as that. There is no debate. When there's no debate, folks, there's no debate, all right? There's no debate. Yanks should get Bumgardner. That would be nice. Somebody got like screenshot when I make these faces. I think it's funny how people don't want Machado because they say he's a dirty player. Have you ever heard of him being a dirty player before he played for the Dodgers? No, you really didn't. You really didn't hear much bad things about Manny Machado at all. And all I ever say about Manny Machado is, for everybody that knocked him, go listen to what Buck Showalter said about the guy. Go listen to what Buck Showalter said. Go listen to what Jonathan Scope said and other teammates of his. There's never an issue. So, I mean, all of a sudden it's a big deal. Everybody said he's a great teammate. He's a great person. Hell, the Yankees even came out and said him and his wife are great people. Buck, hold on. Little Miss Jim Duggan, which I'm going to call you Little Miss Jim Duggan because you like to talk trash all the time on the page. Little Miss Jim Duggan, Buck Showalter didn't say he was never an issue. Let's say what Buck Showalter said, Little Miss Jim Duggan. Okay, Mrs.? Man, he said flat out, Manny Machado would have times where he's basically lackadaisical, where he doesn't go ahead and give his all, but he is very remorseful. He's apologetic. He works extremely hard. He's never an issue with his teammates. They love him. So you shouldn't be making it sound like he said something bad when he never did. Because that's exactly what the media of today loves to do, twist up words. And on top of that, I'm not going to make this into a bigger deal, but where's the comments on Bryce Harper? Where are the negative presses on Bryce Harper? Hell, I remember former coaches of Bryce Harper saying that the Nationals will never win with Bryce Harper on that team. I didn't see Manny Machado fight with a teammate. I didn't see, even though it was Papelbon, I never seen Manny Machado try to duke it out with a teammate. I never seen Manny Machado act the way Bryce Harper does sometimes after strikeouts and breaking bats and flipping out. So there's been a lot of news about put it this way, the same amount of news that you've had on Manny Machado, you've had the same amount of news on Bryce Harper. It's just for whatever reason, the media has decided to make it a different issue with Manny Machado. Jim, I agree with you, my friend. I agree with you, Jim. Papelbon's not a good guy. I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that. But in that case, let's remember what Papelbon said to him. Hustle. The same thing a lot of people are getting mad about Manny Machado is what John Papelbon told Bryce Harper he should be doing on every play. Hustle. That's it. Who knows what happened after it? But that whole fight started because Bryce Harper didn't run. And a veteran on the club called him out. Simple as that. Do you still think Rivera could compete today? Possibly. I mean, I'm not going to sit here and say he'd be a great closer still. I'll put up the same numbers. But Mariano Rivera is a lifetime guy. I mean, this guy threw one pitch. I used to love when Rivera would go into spring training and go, I'm going to break out my changeup this year. Remember that? He would break out his changeup, and he would say, I'm going to start throwing a changeup this year, and this and that. So, no, I think Rivera probably can get some guys out still. Great shape he looks, so, I mean, just a terrific guy. For anybody to be 100% of the vote, Mariano deserves it. I mean, just truly terrific. No, he doesn't listen to Metallica. He listens to only Christian music. So it's funny that, you know, Metallica is the band that is really most associated with him, which is a cool story in itself. But Mariano's a legend. Absolute legend. I'm so happy for Roy Halladay. If we can say, too, God bless the Halladay family. They are obviously without Roy, who unfortunately passed away before he can see this moment. But, man, what a terror it was watching Roy Halladay on the Toronto Blue Jays dominating the Yankees. I mean, my goodness, was Roy Halladay. When Roy Halladay was the best, he was the best. I mean, simple as that. My goodness. Edgar Martinez totally deserves it. Overall, great ball player. And then the Moose, Mike Mussina, yes, screw Carl Everett. The hell with Carl Everett. Fuck Carl Everett. As my good friend Conor McGregor would say. But everybody's excellent. What hat do you think Mike Mussina will wear in the Hall of Fame? He might go in there like Maddox and not wear a hat. I think that's possible. But I hope it's the Yankees. Derek Jeter will be 100% a unanimous Hall of Famer. Possibly. What about A-Rod? Hey, look, I'll tell you what. Can I say something about A-Rod real quickly? And I will get the Barry Bonds and the steroid guys right after that. And A-Rod, of course. Alex Rodriguez. Has there been a person in baseball who has changed their character the way Alex Rodriguez has? I'm asking you guys that question. Have you guys seen a better transformation of a ball player and a person than Alex Rodriguez? He might be a phony. I'm not going there. He might be a phony. But have you ever seen somebody truly do a 160? A 360, I should say. Into being what he is now. People got their opinions. I mean, you can call him a fraud all you want. You can call him whatever the hell you want to call him. But I'll tell you what. Hey, look, guys. Let me go ahead and say something real quick. You can say he deserves it, right? He could deserve it. You can say whatever you want. You can say he deserves it. You can say he is no good. He's a cheat. He's this. He's that. But a complete 180. Thank you. But let's say this about A-Rod. He did it. He fessed up to it. He's done all he can to help Major League Baseball now. And just recently he admitted it. He said that he hopes Barry Bonds and Roger Clemens get in because then he can get in. Alex Rodriguez has not ran away from being a cheat, being a liar, being a steroid user. He hasn't run away from that anymore. He faces it. And I think that means a lot. I think that says a lot about the character of Alex Rodriguez. Now, if you want to talk about the steroid users, let's talk about them. Because, folks, in my heart, there's already steroid users in the Hall of Fame. There's already cheaters in the Hall of Fame. Some who have admitted to getting advantage over players. Whether it was using a spitball, whether it was bringing out the seams, whether it was using different type of formulas to have more sharpness on pitches. Guys admitted to this. Whitey Ford admitted to this. Many great older pitchers admitted to cheating on the mound. Now, you can say what you want about Alex Rodriguez. You can say what you want about Barry Bonds. You can say what you want about Roger Clemens. You can say what you want about Mark McGwire. You can say what you want about Sammy Sosa. I have a different perception of things because, first of all, and I'm not being an ass when I say this, I come from New York City. I come from the South Bronx. I come from a family of pure Sicilians who believe on pride and principles. Okay? I call somebody who makes money off of others and turns a head to it, I call them a rat and I call them a snake. And I think they're the lowest form of life of all time. That's a direct message to Bud Selig, who is an absolute snake and one of the biggest piece of dirt that has ever lived in the history of Major League Baseball. If somebody should be banned from the Hall of Fame, it should be Bud Selig. He should be erased from Major League Baseball. And on top of that, he should have been sitting there being grilled by the government and not these ball players. Because that simple fact, what should have happened was, it should have been this simple. Bud Selig should have came out, admitted what he knew, admitted it happened, because he made tons of money by supporting the steroid-using home run hitters. Let's also not forget, as I've done tons of research on this, and my rants are always spot on this situation. Bud Selig in 1998 also was owner of the Milwaukee Brewers. It is very odd to me that the team that was giving up the most homers to Mark McGwire and Sammy Sosa happened to be the Milwaukee Brewers. All of a sudden, McGwire would take a 4-homer lead. Sammy Sosa would go to the Brewers and end up putting 3 up in a game or 4 home runs in every 3 games. So, my whole thing about the guys who actually played, the guys who actually have talent, the guys who actually, maybe they injected and cheated, but they still hit the baseball at 95 miles an hour, 450 feet, and made everybody money. And on top of that, saved the game of Major League Baseball. Because you can call McGwire and Sammy Sosa what you want, baseball may not be where it is right now if it wasn't for those 2 guys. So at the end of the day, yes, to me, they are Hall of Famers. Simple as that. 2 are Hall of Famers, along with the list of everybody else. On top of that, let me go from here. I understand that Major League Baseball's Hall of Fame talks about you should have, it is about the player, but somewhat about the person too. You may have different beliefs than certain guys that are on the ballot, but you can't question their work, okay? So another guy I'm going to talk about is Curt Schilling. Curt Schilling, folks, is a Hall of Famer. Curt Schilling is one of the greatest big game pitchers that ever lived. Curt Schilling, you may dislike him. You may not be a fan of his politics. Hell, reporters hated him. Reporters hated him. A lot of his team hated him. But the man's a Hall of Famer. He's a Hall of Famer. Simple as that. And Jose, I think Jose's on here. He would argue with me about the whole steroid thing. Here's my thing, Jose, and this is for anybody else out there too. If we're going to sit here and say that the guys that took steroids shouldn't be in the Hall of Fame, I got to ask you, what is Mike Piazza doing in the Hall of Fame? And what is Jeff Bagwell doing in the Hall of Fame? And I'll have you answer that question to me. Or anybody answer that question to me. What is Mike Piazza and what is Jeff Bagwell doing in the Hall of Fame if they don't allow steroid users? What is Pudge Rodriguez doing in the Hall of Fame? Pete Rose is a Hall of Famer, hands down. Anybody? Anybody want to answer what I just threw out there? Anyone? Does everybody agree? That's my thing. That's my thing. And Jose Canseco, rat or not, he is a rat. He's a big rat. He's a scum, if you ask me. Jose Canseco, when Mike Piazza got in, and when Jeff Bagwell got in, he flat out said that day, If Mark McGwire does not get in, that is a disgrace at this point after these guys got in. And David Espinal, my friend, yes sir. Barry Bonds was a Hall of Famer before the whole steroid crap happened. But Joseph, here's my problem, Joseph. Here's my problem with that. People are going to get mad at me when I say this, but hell, I'm going to say it because it makes sense, and that's all I do is make sense about things. How do we know that other greats weren't on steroids and never got caught? How do we know that Derek Jeter never took a supplement? That's going to get people mad, but how do we know? So if you want to banish everybody from an era because they played in an era where guys took steroids, if you want to banish all of them, why are we not to sit here and just put a blame on anybody from this time and say that maybe these guys took steroids? Jim, that's not true. And that's another huge misconception of steroids in baseball. You've had many guys who got taken steroids. What the hell was the guy's name back in the day? Alex Sanchez or something that had one good year. He had like 333. Never hit home runs. He was just great. But then all of a sudden he sucked. You didn't just take steroids and start hitting homers. You still had to be a guy to hit the damn ball. I mean, come on now. My whole thing is, if you're going to keep some of them out, keep everybody out. And it shouldn't go that way. It shouldn't go that way. I'm not saying Jeter did. I'm not saying Derek Jeter took steroids. What I'm saying is, if we're going to put blame on anybody, it's that simple. You can just say anybody did it. You can blame Mariano Rivera. I don't know. You can blame anybody. You got to have good hand-eye coordination. You got to be a guy who, look, a lot of the guys, if you knew that started to hit more homers, Rafael Palmeiro, David Ortiz, he did. Barry Bonds, Sammy Sosa, Mark McGwire. Phil, no, I'm not on steroids. If I was on steroids, I would have about 586 people in here instead of 226. No, I'm not saying Jeter and Mo cheated. What I'm saying is logical. A lot of people put blame on guys that never took steroids. And they just say it because they were big. So we could put blame on anybody is what I'm saying. I can come out there and say, oh yeah, Jeter took steroids. You can say with anybody. You can say with anybody. You don't have proof. Who do you have proof on? Barry Bonds never failed the test, per my understanding. Well, Andy Pettitte took HGH. So HGH is a little different. HGH is a little different. HGH is just a miracle cream that heals anything. And David Ortiz never failed the test either. But do you guys understand where I'm getting at here? That's what I'm getting at here. Is that if you want to just sit back and say none of these guys are Hall of Famers, but you can do that with anybody. Guys, look at the Hall of Fame right now. Mike Piazza's sitting there. How many of you guys can sit here and believe Mike Piazza never took steroids? How many of you guys can sit here and say that, confidently, that Jeff Bagwell never took steroids? How many people can sit here and say Pudge Rodriguez never took steroids when he played on one of the great steroid teams? With Juan Gonzalez and all those guys. Come on. He played on the team that was known for popping steroids left and right. And he was a tank. Pudge was a tank. All of a sudden, the next year, he lost 140 pounds. I mean, come on, man. Come on. And he wasn't a fat guy. Pudge was jacked. Pudge was like a little tank. Nicholas, have a good day, my friend. Oh, God, if your only argument is they cheated the game, you better go back in there and get rid of a lot of friggin' guys in that Hall of Fame if you're going to be upset with cheating. Jack, my friend, thank you. Where's your restroom? I need to R. Kelly. Oh, right around the corner, Jack. Right around the corner, my friend. Jack is bringing the comedy to Melky Cabrera took steroids. Yep. Yeah, I believe Andy Pettit. I don't think Andy Pettit is wrong with Jeter didn't cheat the game. My guy, I don't know. I'm sorry to say this. I don't know if you're dumb, if you're slow. I never said Jeter cheated the game. So maybe there's a little something wrong with your brain here, my friend. Maybe I got to speak a little louder into the mic for you. Never said Jeter cheated. Never said. Maybe you're having trouble comprehending here. I'm breaking it down easy for you, my friend. Let me do it again in baby terms, okay? Maybe you'll understand it this time. Never said Jeter cheated. All I'm saying is, if everybody else can be blamed for taking steroids, you can do that with anybody. That's all I'm saying. So you can go ahead and throw assumptions wherever you want. You can say Jeter took it. You can say Mo took it. You can say my sister's ass took it. You can say friggin' Jeffrey the Giraffe took it. Maybe Jeffrey the Giraffe stopped taking steroids. That's why Toys R Us closed, baby. Maybe that's what really happened, all right? You can pick anybody. It's unbelievable. Hey, Jeffrey looked a little smaller the last time we seen him. That's all I'm trying to say here. That's all I'm trying to say. Jeffrey looked a little smaller the last time I seen him leaving Toys R Us. Gotta always get Vic DiBenedetto in there. Gotta get him in there. Yes, my sister's ass is on steroids. I see your point. I see your point. I see your point. All right, folks, I'm going to get ready to jump off here. I'll take a few more questions, and I'm going to get off. I'll take a few more questions, guys, then I'm going to jump off here. Would Yankees be interested, excuse me, in Belt, Smoke, or Hosmer at first base? I think they would, depending on what the deals actually were. So a lot would go into those type of deals. I don't see the Yankees. Well, let me see if somebody asked that question. I don't know from that. I think all that could be potentials. Who is Ellsbury? Never heard of her. Me either. Joey, you're late, my friend. We're about to wrap up here. Thoughts on UFC 235's card? It was a good one. It's gonna be a good one. David, remind me, what's the main event there? 235. Which is the main event? Harper to Philadelphia. What's the main event on that card? Main event? Oh, Jones versus Lionheart. Lionheart Smith. It's a good fight. I'm interested. Very interested in that fight. Very interested. My friend Sal, did you hear Michael K say on his show to A-Rod today that he liked 2 tickets to see J-Lo strip? Did he really? That's odd. That's odd. Me versus Butterbean? Man, Butterbean could hit, man. Butterbean might put me out. If it's Woodley versus Usman, that's a good fight. If Usman could take his punch, Usman could win because he got better cardio. I don't know. That's a tough one. You think Conor fights again? Yes. I think it's possible Conor will fight Cerrone. I think that's really possible. Thank you, my friend. I appreciate you. Thank you for being here. Man, I gotta hear that. That's pretty damn funny. That was deep, man. That was deep. Oh, the diet's going good, man. I've had 2 days in a row of extreme 2.5 hours in the gym, guys. I told you guys I barely sleep. So I go to the gym at 9. I don't leave till about 11:30 or 12. And yeah, my body hurts so bad right now. I was gonna do this sitting down because my body hurts as bad as it does. But yeah, I'm getting back into like really severe training again when I'm doing sparring sessions, in and out of sparring sessions, back into cardio, and just going from there. But man, it's been about a month and a half of just pure eating horrible food. So yeah, we're getting back into it really hard. Well, my fiance is a Herbalife distributor, so we take like the 24 line, which is all for working out. So that stuff is really good. So that's what I'm taking right now. She's a pretty big distributor, actually. She has I think 20 plus people on her team, so she trains about 20 plus people, so she's doing very good. Doing very, very good. I love MMA. I absolutely love it. I love a good knock. I mean, I've took many, if you guys can see. You know, I've took many in my life here. Got a broken nose. Right there, I got another scar coming straight down here. I mean, I've took many good knocks. No, I'm definitely not in the juice. Hey, Vic, my friend, I appreciate you. Thank you so much. She is my drug dealer, yes. She is. Thank you, Vic. I greatly appreciate you. No, it's not why I'm defending them. I don't take steroids or anything like that. I don't take steroids or anything like that. But if Conor starts winning again, you cannot avoid Khabib Conor 2. There will be a Khabib Conor 2. There will be. They're talking, actually, I heard here recently, they're talking about them two fighting in a rematch later this year in the Dallas Cowboys Stadium. That is insane. So that's been a rumor that's been going around a lot, that Conor and Khabib are going to fight in Cowboys Stadium later this year, which would literally be the biggest fighting event almost of all time. So we'll see. We'll see what happens there, if that actually happens. But Conor needs to fight somebody first. He needs to get back in there. He needs to get his power back, and he needs to get his sharpness back. He did not look sharp at all against Khabib. His left hand wasn't accurate. It wasn't crisp. He looked like a rusty fighter, which is okay. But he needs to get back to the guy he was beforehand. Oh, that fight would be huge, man. No, Conor does deserve a rematch. There's nothing wrong with Conor getting a rematch. Conor deserves a rematch. I'll tell you why Conor deserves a rematch. Conor went after the guy who was calling him out. Okay? Let's remember here. Conor wasn't calling Khabib out. Khabib was calling Conor out. Khabib was the one Conor's teammate, not the other way around. Conor did all the reaction shit, whether you like it or not, is fair. But let's also remember, Conor went straight to fight Khabib when he didn't need to. Conor could have said, let me go ahead and fight somebody else. Let me go ahead and fight another guy first, and then we'll fight you. Conor fought the best there is. He's the best there is. Khabib Nurmagomedov is the best fighter pound for pound right now overall, besides John Jones. So you look at Khabib and Conor and you say, let me see that fight. That fight went to the 4th round. Conor's the only person ever to win a round against Khabib when he beat him up in the 3rd round. He started getting a little more comfortable, landed a big uppercut. Obviously just didn't have his power and his quickness, but that's normal when you're not fighting all the time. No, I don't fight at an actual weight class. I don't care about that. I literally go in there with guys that sometimes are 6'2", 6'3", 250. So yeah, I don't really worry about weight class and stuff like that for what I do, because I'm not a professional fighter. You know, I don't actually train to go have fights. I train as a workout. But Connor, no doubt about it, deserves a rematch. Who is your favorite WWE superstar? Randy Macho Man Savage, and Rick Rude, and Ric Flair. Those would be the three. Broner's punch drunk. There's obviously something wrong with Broner. Frazier could easily win left field. WWE guy right now? Hell, I don't know. I don't even watch wrestling anymore. I really don't know. I don't really watch it anymore. I would probably say Brock Lesnar, if anybody. What are the Yankees' chances at getting Kluber? I think it could potentially go up quite a bit if they get Manny Machado. A-Rod doesn't get in, fine, but I had to see the rest of the 104-player list that tested positive in 2001. I agree with you, Vic. That makes sense. That makes sense. That makes sense. Okay, folks, I'm going to go ahead and jump off. I already ate today. We made chicken. Delicious, a whole chicken, just a full little Cornish hen, which was delicious. But I'm going to jump off here, folks. It has been my pleasure to speak to you all again today. Remember, the next live chat will likely either be Saturday or Sunday. Remember, oh my goodness gracious, it's Sunday. The podcast will be back on Sunday this week. So, folks, enjoy it. Thank you all for being on today. Thank you guys for everything that you do. I'm like a real podcaster now because I have one of these things. So, Simonetti over and out. Simonetti over and out. I could talk to you guys in whisper from very far away. Simonetti over and out.